This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Everyone knows that being a designer technically means that you've probably had an iMac before in your life. Recently, I've been using a PC. PCs have been really great for me for video editing because it's cheap to change the components and you can really customize it to do whatever you need to do. I don't know if you can tell, you probably can. We're in a new space right now. It's quite massive. There's a video coming out all about it. And the main thing that I wanted to do in this space was keep things minimal and to have a proper design studio. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about my decisions on the computers and the technology that I get, the reasons why, if you should get it, if you should get a PC or something different. So if you don't know who I am, I'm a hand lettering artist, a logo designer, and I make YouTube videos like this, helping creatives, especially designers who are freelance, get to their next level. So I sort of help them out. And my sort of portfolio of computers are, I've got a massive desktop one that is pretty powerful. I've got an iMac at home as well. I've also got a MacBook that I use for work for when I travel. I've got an iPad. I've got a laptop from Asus. And because I've had so many computers and I've got them still, I get to choose which ones sort of are best for me. And I can sort of guide you on your decision. So if you're a freelancer or a designer or a videographer, I basically do all of these different things from video editing to video making to creating logos to designing hand lettering. I do it all and I've got different places. So long story short, I bought a new iMac. I'll show you the specs right now. This iMac is a Retina 5K 27-inch 2019 model. The processor is a 3.6 GHz Intel Core i9, which is an 8-core processor. It's got 40 GB of DDR4 memory with 1 TB of storage and a Radeon Pro Vega 48 8GB graphics. So I recently bought this computer because we moved into a new space. Now I could have gone for another PC, but this time I decided to go for a Mac, and there are a couple of reasons why I decided to go for a Mac. So for the past year I've been using a PC. Reason being, it was easier. I was in a small house. I had one room that was sort of my office, my man cave. You saw it in all of my videos in the old house. All the videos and a lot of the videos that you saw were either edited or captured from the actual computer itself, so there was no iMac there. The reason why I got a new computer was for faster video rendering, but also because I like to play games, and that was my main sort of point of getting it. I didn't want to just have like a work computer that I use for both, but it ended up being that. I'm a power freak, so anything that's more powerful or spec'd out I'm going to use for work and play. But what I started to realize was that PCs fail a lot, and mine didn't fail, but it got a lot slower with the games on the PC. And then I started to miss the way that Apple was. Apple was very simple, and I realized one important aspect for me anyway is that I get a lot more done on Mac OS. I don't know why. It must be just because of the way the operating system is and how intuitive it is. It's not because I'm used to it, because I'm used to both PC and Mac. I'm not a fanboy of either. I like both of them. I would gladly have a powerful PC in replacement to this iMac that I've got here. But the real reason behind getting it was, one, I could do more on it at work. I feel more productive on an iMac, and also because of the lack of peripherals. I didn't need to buy any other peripherals. I like the mouse, I like the keyboard and the screen. Now, the reason why a lot of designers tend to get Apple products like iMacs and MacBooks is because of the simplicity, and not only that, but because of the peripherals. When you buy a PC, I bought it for like £2,000, which is roughly like $3,500 or something. Quite an expensive PC. I had to get a monitor for it. Luckily, BenQ gave me a couple of monitors, which I'm going to make a video about, which were designer monitors. These monitors would have set me back £1,500 each. So if you take on the £2,000 computer with £1,500 for the monitor, then a few £100s for the keyboard and a few £100s for the mouse, then you're going to start racking up the bills quite a lot. And not only that, because you've got the customization of the computer, you could easily add more RAM, which is what I did. So I ended up going to 32 GB of RAM. And the only problem with all this was that it sort of came to about £5,000 worth of computer equipment, and the processor was fast, everything was fast, but £5,000 is a lot. Now, when I decided to move offices and to create this sort of studio for my work, for videos, for everything else that I do, I really wanted something that was very simple. And I've always liked iMacs, and I've always said, you know, if I've moved out into a different office, I would have a separate computer at the office and I would at home. So this is where the iMac came in. Finally, we got there to the story. So here's the real reasons why I switched back to iMac for my graphic design work, but not only that, video editing. It has got all of the peripherals. It's got an amazing screen. It is an all-in-one design which allows me to move it very easily, and in a studio space when I'm doing videos and I'm doing screen capture content, it's a lot easier. Another reason is because it was affordable. Now, a lot of PC nerds are going to start having a go at me here because everyone says that Apple is not affordable at all. But when I was sort of pricing this up in my head, I wasn't going to spend money on a computer that I didn't need, and I wanted something that was just easy and as inexpensive as I can whilst keeping it to the top notch of power that we have today, because I'm all about future-proofing myself. Well, it worked out again because I spent, I think, £3,200 on this computer. I saved a lot of money on getting another display and getting another keyboard and another mouse and all the other peripherals. I saved a lot of time in actually loading in all my apps as well. Apple is just so easy with the App Store. So getting this iMac was actually thought out. It wasn't just something that I did because I'm an Apple fanboy. It actually saved me money. Do you know how expensive an LG 5K screen costs? It's a lot. It's over £1,000. I think it's like nearly £2,000 or $2,000 for one of those screens. And that isn't even with a computer. So when you look at an iMac, don't just look at it as something that is ridiculously expensive. Of course, it's a lot more expensive than some PCs out there, but you're forgetting that you can get all of these specs which are really well priced, and it doesn't throttle down. This iMac has not throttled on me. The video rendering is quick as anything. When you think about it, you're actually getting a lot. You're basically getting an all-in-one with an amazing 5K display that is color accurate for the consumer market, which is a huge win for any designer. And if you're not new to this channel and you've been watching me for a while, you'll know that I started off my career with an investment of a 27-inch iMac, which was like 3 generations ago. I've already talked about it a little bit, but that iMac cost a lot, but it lasted a long time. How long did it last, Naomi?
Since you were 18 till you were 24.
6 years. That's ages in tech years. So 6 years that computer lasts me. And the idea of this computer here, it has no spinning disks. It's just flash storage. It's not going to throttle down. And although you can expand the memory yourself, which I intend to do to over 120 gigs or 120 gigs of memory, that is insane. So for any of you guys out there who are just on PC, this isn't a dig at you, but for anyone out there who's looking for a PC for specific creative content like design or video editing, this PC does it for you really well. It's an amazing investment to have, and it's going to last me a long time. And if there is ever any issues with it, I just go to Apple and they'll fix it most likely. I just want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. I'm a designer and I have been for, I don't know, like 6 years, 7 years, whatever it was. And I use Squarespace to make my websites. If you're a graphic designer that's looking for client work and you need a place to put your portfolio, or maybe you sell online resources or just want to start a blog or get your brand online, then Squarespace is the best place for you to start that. Squarespace allows you to design a website that is completely customizable, but it also has thousands of really well-designed templates. You can edit these templates to be whatever you like, and you don't have to be a wizard at web design to get started at it. I use my Squarespace website as my portfolio hub to sell resources to which you can buy down below in the description, and to also have a client information contact form on there for any clients around the world to contact me based on a commission. If you'd like 10% of your first order of Squarespace and to try it for free for 30 days and build your website before you buy it, then click that link down below. When you do that, it actually helps me out, because without Squarespace, this channel wouldn't be the way it is today. If you'd like this video, then please, by all means, press that red subscribe button, turning on notifications as well with that notification bell. Bing. And if you really like the video, press that thumbs up button, comment down below, and share this with your friends on Facebook, Twitter. It really does help out. And I also want to know what you guys think of the iMac and the PC war, the Apple and PC war. Where do you stand on the fence? If you did like the video, press the dislike button twice, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you soon. Goodbye.